Hi students, this is Mr. Liu and I am your 7-Minute Sensei. This is the place where I attempt to explain everything that you need to know in 7 minutes or less. Let's go ahead and cue up the system here. Okay, computers, start the clock. In marketing, we teach you the core functions of marketing as well as the marketing mix. Now, in Strand 1, we talk specifically about the 4 P's of marketing. The 4 P's of marketing are the marketing mix. They include product, price, promotion, and place. Memorize this however it makes sense to you, but they are product, price, promotion, place. Moving on to Strand 3, this is where we talk about, Strand 2, is where we talk about market planning and analysis. In market planning analysis, we have to determine at the beginning of our marketing plan what our objective is. Do we want to capture more market share? Do we want to capture a market position in the consumer's mind? What is it that we want to do? What is our marketing objective? A tool that we use is called a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis consists of looking at our internal as well as external factors. What are our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this information will help inform us and make sure that we put together a good marketing plan. Now, we have to identify our target market. How do we identify our target market? We'll use tools like market segmentation, where we can do a demographic study, a psychographic study, a geographic study, or behavioral study. Now, when we're looking at demographics, these are personal attributes. The psychographics are attitudes, beliefs people have. We look at geographics, self-explanatory. We look at geography. And then finally, behavioral, where we consider things as daily habits, traditions, loyalty programs. These all contribute to our behavioral segmentation. In addition to that, I would say as far as identifying your target market is you've got to figure out a way that you can find a problem that somebody needs to solve, an unmet need, and then you have to figure out whether or not you can help solve this problem in a mutually beneficial way. No sense in doing a business if you're not going to be profitable. It's got to be mutually beneficial. Moving on to Strand 3, this is simply about market research, and we teach you about primary and secondary research. Primary research is research that you conduct yourself. Secondary research is collecting information, research information that somebody else has done the study, and then you're just going to cite that information. There are a lot of information that is out there that could influence your business decisions. And so primary and secondary research is one of the best ways you're going to gather that information. Strand number 4 is about pricing. And with pricing, we're looking at different factors that contribute to pricing. If we're working in a hazardous, dangerous, unhealthy environment, we might have to pay more. It may cost us more, therefore the cost of the product or the service may in fact be higher. Our goals, what is our goal? Are we trying to make a profit? Are we trying to just buy into market share? Sometimes that is necessary. We look at market penetration. We look at our competition. Are we trying to knock out our competition? What is our pricing strategy with relation to the market conditions? Supply and demand. These are economic principles that you need to understand. So we look for the sweet spot, if you will, for supply and demand. Is there really an opportunity, or is the market saturated? Is there an abundance of supply? Because if we have an abundance of supply, more than demand, then the results are that we have surplus product, putting price pressures, and as we have with gasoline today, not a good situation. Let's talk about break even. Now, when we look at break even, there's a simple equation that you have to consider. We take a look at the fixed expenses. Those are the rents, the utilities, things that we have to pay every month, regardless of how much product that we sell. So these are fixed expenses. We take that number, divide that by the price of our product minus the cost of that product for us, or the cost of goods sold, the variable cost, and then we get a break-even point by units sold. You need to remember this basic equation in your mind about how you reach break-even. In strand number 5, we talk about product and service introduction. There is something called the product life cycle. And in the product life cycle, we look at the introduction of a product, the growth of the product, the maturity of the product, and then finally the decline of our product. And those things are factored into our pricing strategy. They're factored into how we introduce product as well. You need to understand concepts like product line, depth, and width. So when we look at our product line, we could be a company like Nabisco, and we sell all kinds of snacks and treats and so forth. But when we look at, and that's the width, when we look at the product line, it's the width of our product line. But when we look at depth, we look at different variations or versions of a particular product. Take Oreo. How many different versions of Oreo can you sell? In strand 6, we look at marketing promotion. And there are different things in our promotion mix. So we can do everything from advertising, public relations, personal selling, and sales promotions. With advertising, there are different forms of advertising or media types. So we look at print media, digital media, broadcasting media. Those are 3 different types that we can consider there. Sales promotions, we look at coupons, loyalty programs, different types of sales promotions, rebates, premiums, sponsorships, product placement. We want a product in our favorite TV shows. Moving on to strand number 7, this is about channel management, channels of distribution. How do we get the product from the manufacturing to the hands of the consumer, and the distribution and the transportation channels that we have to utilize. Finally, we talk about personal selling and the selling process. When we sell, we go through this process where we approach the customer, we do a needs analysis, we try to find out what they're looking for, and we do a presentation. After we do our presentation, customer might have some objection. We learn how to overcome those objections, and then we do a close. And probably the close that most of you are familiar with is the assumptive close, which would sound like, would you like that in blue or would you like that in red? And then finally, you may do something called suggestion selling. You're probably most familiar with the suggestion selling developed by McDonald's. Would you like fries with that? Well, folks, those are the 8 strands of marketing. This is Mr. Liu, your 7-Minute Sensei, saying so long and peace out.